day when Jesus washed, oh, when he washed, when Jesus washed my fears away. Oh, happy day, oh, happy day, oh, happy day when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, oh, when he washed my fears away. Oh, happy day. Oh, God taught me how to love, to sing and pray, and live rejoicing every day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, oh, when he washed my fears away. Oh, happy day. Oh, he taught me how to love, sing and pray. Oh, and to live rejoicing every day. Happy day. Oh, 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 happy day. Happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Taught me to sing and pray. Oh, it's a happy day. Taught me to sing and pray. It's a happy day. Oh, 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 happy day. Taught me to sing and pray and worship every day. Ooh, happy day. Oh, happy day. It's a happy day. Taught me to sing and pray and worship every day. A happy day. No, it's a happy day. Ooh, a happy day. Taught me to sing and pray.
Let's thank the band. The Rickettes. I hope it's a happy day for you. It is a happy day for me. My title today is Hell No. No hell, no eternal damnation. Hell no. Eternal damnation? Hell no. You got it. I am in the book, If Grace is True, Why God Will Save Everyone, by Phillip Gulley. Now, he defines grace as the unfailing commitment to love. And he defines salvation as being freed from every obstacle for intimacy with God. An evangelical pastor, Reverend Phil, was asked to conduct a service of Sally's daughter. He did not know Sally. Sally did not belong to his community, but he knew that she wasn't a believer, his story. But nonetheless, the daughter died in the pool next door while Sally was high on drugs. And Sally said from this experience, she felt that she had been abandoned by God. Later, Reverend Phil was asked to conduct Sally's funeral. And you know, it's an expectation that you will ask the family, if you're going to conduct a funeral, to get some insight into the person that you're talking about, particularly if you don't know them. And so you want to make the funeral pertinent and meaningful to the people who attend. So I assumed that he was looking for something good to say about someone he considered unworthy. That's the problem. He considered her unworthy. And the story about Sally was very difficult to hear. Sally had been abandoned by her father when she was 3. Her mother had a series of men, none of which wanted to have anything to do with the child. She was passed from uncle to aunt to cousin as long as they could tolerate her, because Sally was difficult to love. They could only stand her for so long. Sally was difficult. Does God love the difficult? You're here this morning. God loves the difficult. If you don't find yourself in this story. So she moved from town to town and family to family, making poor selections. She married young. He left her with 3 kids, no education, nothing by which to survive. Again, she was abandoned. And there she struggled to survive. She had been neglected her entire life, and eventually she started neglecting herself. Have you been there? Abusive boyfriends, excessive alcohol and drug abuse. So by 32 years old, she was the mother of 5, unemployed, and living off of the goodness of her neighbors. Terrible story, isn't it? And it's certainly terrible if you don't find anything worthy in the person that is the object of this story. And during a hangover, her daughter dies in the pool next door. The reverend who's telling the story, who wrote the book, it says that he gritted between his teeth something to say good at her funeral. He encouraged people. He wanted to necessarily give them a point of inspiration. But the thing is there was no place in his faith for Sally. Is your heart compassionate enough to have and love people who you don't like? He saw her grief and assumed that it was just punishment for her behavior. And it's easy to judge others by our own life experience. But I'm here to tell you it's all about grace. It's all about grace. But the Spirit moved upon this minister with compassion, and it challenged his idea of exclusive religion. The result is the book, If Grace is True, everybody goes to heaven. And this is only love that we can celebrate in the presence of God. We are all the divine presence in the universe. We were created in the image and likeness. And what that means is what God is, you are. Image and likeness of the divine. God expresses itself in and through each one of you and the people you don't like. God's love is pouring out itself into each one of us every day, into you. Because when love is absent, the only thing left is fear. And when there is fear, there is trouble. And when you are in fear, it is a living hell. And if you are told that you need to fear going to hell, it's hell as well. Resurrection Sunday. I don't believe in eternal damnation. Why? Because God's love is sufficient for all. If it's not sufficient for all, then your God's not big enough. The picture of God sending people to hell, to me, is the most deplorable thing. Why would you join a group that says everybody's going to hell but them? Isn't that odd? Everybody else is going to hell but them. Did they talk to the people down the street that said the other folk was going to hell too? Because they say each other are going to hell. If that were the case, then God's love would be on and off and inconsistent. And how in the world would that be assuring? I think there is this need for some to just keep people on the edge all the time, just at a point of desperation, rather than saying that you are loved by God. And there is no fear in love, because perfect love casts out the fear. It is the fear that brings us torment and makes us miserable. So our spiritual principle today comes from the affirmation that there is nothing in this life and nothing in death that will ever separate us from the love of God. It is sufficient through the end. There is no separation from this one power and presence in the universe. It is eternal love. Ernest Holmes said that God is the eternal lover. God can only love because that is what God is. We have ideas about what love is like, but that's not God's idea. The eternal lover is the lover of our entire life and everyone, and offers everyone the possibility and the enjoyment of life on this side. Can the divine lose anything? Can you be lost if you're always found in God? How can you be lost? If God could forget anything, God would not be God. And how can you be forgotten when you are in the mind of God? If God could forget, we just wouldn't even exist. We live and move and have our very being in this one power and presence. God is not absent-minded, does not need a reminder, is not suffering from any age disease. God has not forgotten. He has not forgotten. He is always present. If your God has forgotten, or you think that you have been forgotten, let me tell you, no, you haven't. So then you ask about this thing called love. Then what happens to justice? What about justice? That person offended me, and I need them to go to hell. How can universal love be just? See, we don't understand justice from the perspective of love. Our justice is retributive. And you know what that means? Is that we want punishment and we want revenge. That's how we think. An eye for an eye. That's our idea. But that is not what God does. God's justice is about restoration. And that restoration is promised to all forever and for all things. Not just you, your dog, and the trees around your house. Everything is restored. It all comes from God. It is sustained in God, and it will always be in God. We don't understand justice, and we don't understand restoration, because I need a hell to put some people in that I don't like. Restoration is about repairing the harm. You know I'm joking, right? Although there was a time I had signed them up. It's our behavior and our consciousness that needs to be restorative. It needs to be restored. So I am sorry to announce to you, and it may be painful for you to hear, that person that you feel you need help for, they ain't going. They're not going. They may be in misery on this side, but not going to be in hell in the end. Because there is no eternal damnation, because the eternal love of God is sufficient for all. It is not an issue of belief or behavior. Not at all. It's a love thing. And it's the love of God thing that makes the difference. Our behavior and our beliefs change and enrich our lives. It does not change God. God does not need us to change. And it allows us to live in the realm of heaven while we are still here. See, I think what Jesus was trying to tell people is, you worry, yes, that is taken care of, but you can live in the kingdom of heaven now if you open up your mind. We do not change God by our thoughts and our prayers and beliefs. And I believe there is no separation, and the proof of no separation is the resurrection. That there is no separation, not even in death. Now, it is Easter, it's Resurrection Sunday, whatever you want to call it. Some would say it's from death to life. Some would say it's the proof of reincarnation. Some would say it's the rebirth. I think it's an awakening. An awakening to the divine love of God was my resurrection. To be aware of the unending love of God. Unending, ceaseless, inexhaustible. It's enough for us all. So have you fallen in love with the God who has fallen in love with you? That's the thing. Everything, all the goodness and the richness and the eternal security of it all is available to all of us. God is in love with you. God is in love with you online. God does not only love, God is love. It is the very essence of the divine. Now, not any kind of love, though. Agape love. We only have one word for love, but there are few words for love. And what determines the love is the relationship. It's the relationship that determines the love. If it is eros, it is erotic love. If it is philia, it is a friendship love. And I guess if it's a friend with benefits, it's a eros and philia. There is storge, and that is that love that God gives us to deal with our family and for them to deal with us. And there's excessive kind of love, which is mania and all those kinds of things, but it is agape, that is the selfless love for humanity that is unconditional and universal. Unconditional and universal. God's love is universal, and it is for all. That's the good news. It is the love of God for all. Everyone is included, including you. Now, I like to think that I'm special, that I enjoy the idea, but in all honesty, I have learned and I have to admit that everyone is special to God. There's nothing unusually special about me, because I believe I've had a resurrection experience. Everyone is special to God, even the people I don't like. It's unconditional and universal. That's what God is. If it were subject to our ideas and our beliefs, then God's love would be determined by what I think. And by the way, I cannot always trust what I think. Maybe you can. I can't. But the resurrection that goes with me is the fact of this assurance of God's love. My resurrection was my awakening. Are you conscious and aware of the love of God in your life? Are you aware? Ernest Holmes writes that this awakening is actually an evolution. It is an evolution and a realization and a revealing of something that already exists. God already loves, whether you know it or not. It's just like electricity. It always was there, but until we figured out how to use it, that's when it became useful. Until we figure it out, until we become aware, we feel that God does not love us. But God does love us, and that should always be our message to everyone. So what do we do with this love? What do we do with this awakening that we have? You share it, right? We're in love with the lover of my soul. That's the awakening, because God is love, and all that operate and live in love live in God. So your living in love is how God is revealed in the world. It is you being the light in the world in which you live. But it unfolds in us, and we come to know it. But each one of us can have our own resurrection experience. And by the way, that's what I need, is my resurrection experience. The thing that gives me the assurance of the divine love of God. That's what makes the difference. Not reading a story about somebody else, but the resurrection that happens within me and being aware enough to enjoy it. So I invite you today into the resurrection life. And that resurrection life is only an awareness that the love of God is universal. It is unconditional. It is yours whether you want it or not, but you can live in it and enjoy it. And so it is. You know, I was totally moved in a different direction because I can imagine what most people say today, right? Can you imagine? We've all heard it. But I don't understand how people can experience the love of God and not believe it's for everybody. That's what I don't get. Somehow in the world, once I had my resurrection experience, let me tell you, I just loved everybody. That's what makes the difference. Anything less is not the real thing. Let us pray, giving thanks and praise to the one power and presence that reveals itself in, through, and around each one of us. So I speak my word for a resurrection life, for an awareness, each individual Easter, awakening to the eternal, ceaseless, unconditional, and universal love of God. And so it is. It's good news. It's good news.